What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Roly's Retro Room podcast, a podcast where basically we take you back in time and we talk about all that dope stuff from the 80s, 90s, the 2000s, and basically we bring you those warm fuzzies from the nostalgia
Ah, yes.
vibes.
Yes.
So,
Good
welcome
stuff.
back to the Retro Room. How you doing over there, Tony?
Pretty good. Starting to get cold again. I'm ready for this cold to be over with. I don't like it. But funny enough, actually, someone told me that I was wearing this jacket today and they were kind of a nostalgia kid and they were like, "Hey, you kind of look like that kid from Recess." I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool. The one with the backward tat." So I'm like, "Okay, good to know." So I must be doing something right. What
There
about
you
you?
go. It's been cold up here, so we had some days that were in the teens. We
Oof.
had 2 days of snow,
Oh, that
nothing
must be fun.
crazy, but it was just snow. And for Miami people, my girl, my kid, it was like, oh, it was cool, no pun intended. But yeah, no, a little warmth would be nice. It's the
Yeah,
cold's a little, it's a little annoying already.
I bet. How was the snow? Was it the melt fest?
The next day, it still stayed around, but the 3rd day, it was gone already. Like, the
Nice.
sun was out and just cooking it all, but, like, the following day, the snow was everywhere and, like, it wasn't melting because it was still cold out, so
Right.
but
So
yeah,
just
no, that's pretty much, nothing else is going on.
look at that guy.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. You didn't break him like I did, right? You did what I told you with the instructions?
Yes, I did the instructions. I almost was like, yeah, I could do this, no problem. And then I'm like, what is going on here? Yeah, give me the
Yeah.
instructions.
I thought
So
I thought the same thing. I was like, "Yeah, I build transformers all the time. I build stuff all the time." And
yeah.
I had it like 95%, but there was this one thing, I forgot what it was, and I was like, "What the fuck? Why isn't it working or clicking in this place?" And I kind of forced it, and I heard like a snap that I wasn't supposed to hear. I was like, "Oh shit."
Ooh.
So then I go and I look in the box, like, "Oh, there's instructions." And then I put him the
Yeah.
way. Mine's actually right there. Funny, so it's a crossover for those listening. It's a crossover of Transformers and Back to the Future. And
Yeah.
his name is Gigabot.
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 Yep.
It's a
So
DeLorean that is a transformer.
not bad. It's pretty cool.
S
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has little gold wings and stuff.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, no, when I saw it, I was like, "Yeah, I need this thing." And I was like, Tony needs one too."
I appreciate it. I
So,
finally got around to building it, so that was kind of a lot of fun. So yeah.
nice. Well, Imma go over like we always do, some hauls. I did wanna say in the beginning though, we're always talking about our hauls or mostly my hauls, but I thought it'd be cool, like, if you guys listening go out and thrift and you haul stuff, hey, why don't you show it to us? You could
Yeah.
actually just send us pictures of what you've hauled or any pickups you've done, and well, we'll feature it on here. You think it's something cool? Well, depending on how you send it, if you send it through the email, through any of the social medias, we'll shout you out. The email is rolysretroroompod at gmail, or you can send me a DM on any of the social medias, whether it be TikTok or Instagram. But let me show you what I got here. Obviously, I told you I had a bunch of stuff for the last month that I got. So I had like a little separate package here. So first off, we'll go through it quick. I got this for like 50 cents.
Oh, nice. What is that?
It's a
Is that
Ninja
a oh,
Turtle
it's
like
a trick or treat
bucket.
bucket.
Yeah, like a trick or treat bucket, Leonardo. I see Ninja Turtles, and I think, yeah, it was like 50 cents.
Nice.
With I did this wasn't like included in the listing. The guy just threw it in when I got those cereal bowls.
Oh, yeah.
It's a bandana from 1988.
Look at that, Ninja Turtles bandana. Wow,
So
that's
sick.
good. That might be a good that might be worth something.
I'm not sure if I showed it last time, but I got Demolition Man on VHS.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Very nice.
I got all 4 volumes of Tales of the Crypt.
Unbelievable. That's it. That's a whole series, right?
Yeah, so volume 1 is open. Volume 2 is open. But then I guess whoever this turned this in didn't get to volume 3 and 4, and volume 3 and 4 are still like in the
Sealed.
wrapping,
Nice.
sealed. But yeah, I'm going to like do
Binge
a whole
watch.
marathon for this.
Should do
I
it,
should have
man.
done it when it was cold, but I would watch it. My son would have watched it.
Yeah.
This is very nostalgic to me. Very
Okay.
nostalgic to me. Why? So the first thing is, I'm sure you remember these these Disney books from Golden.
Oh, of course.
This is
Those
the
go
original. My
way back.
grandmother got me this Aladdin Golden book. Those little
Yep.
books that have the golden trim
Yeah,
on the
show
binding
the
and have like little
golden
flowers.
trim. Yeah, that little golden trim that's, like, so
Yeah.
recognizable right there.
So and
Beautiful
they have
font.
like a Disney one of everything.
Yeah,
So
very
this
nice. I
one
remember
I
those.
had as a kid. My grandmother got it for me, and I got it at the Goodwill for I think this was like 30 cents. And then
Nice.
this is the one that shocked me. And I know this sounds silly, but you remember Disney Adventures?
Oh my god, yes. It was like a magazine. It was like it would give
Yes,
you the news
every
of
month there
Disney.
was a new one of these, and
I remember getting the
I
mail, right?
collected these as a kid.
Wow.
And this one has Flubber. It talks about Little Mermaid. And here's the craziest thing: me of all people, and look what I'm wearing. And if you'll see my little special guest here, it has NBA dunk. I'm sorry, NBA's best dunkers, and it has about like all the basketball players that were like the top dunkers. Obviously, number one's Michael Jordan.
Obviously.
But let me see if I can get it up just so you can see like the top part there where it says it.
Yep, yep.
So sick, so sick. This thing, I was just like, all right,
Can't
awesome.
believe it.
And now I gotta start collecting these. I remember the one I had that was like my grill was the Power Ranger one.
Nice.
It's this like art thing for the Rugrats,
Oh, cool.
and it was originally. It says it right here, originally from 1997. Yeah,
Nice.
1997.
Very
And it
cool.
comes with like mark. It still has all the markers and stuff inside.
And
And
it's
I just
complete
figured this
set.
would be a cool thing to just put in
Yeah,
my 90s section.
for sure.
Have Rugrats. But yeah, that's all I got for hauls that I want to show today because I want to make this. I could do a whole episode showing all the freaking hauls that I got over the last month and a half.
Yeah, for sure. Oh my
But
god. Great finds, bro. Great
yeah, man,
finds.
I'm telling you, those books, out of all the things, I mean, the DVDs are cool and the
Yeah,
Demolition Man, I love them. Demolition Man's like one of my favorite all time movies. But those books did something to me, man. Seeing
yeah.
that Aladdin book, and it's the same one my grandma got me, just threw me. And then that same day, as I'm going through the stuff, I see this little book and it like the print, the font, like I was like,
It's
"Wait, I know what
embedded
that is."
in our brain, right?
It, like, snapped, and I go and I reach for it, I was like, "Yo, it's a Disney's Adventure from 1997."
Those things are ingrained, and I think you could have gotten them at the did you have to have a subscription for those, or did you could have gotten
You
them at the
could have done a
yeah,
subscription, or you could just pick them up at, like, Walgreens, CVS,
that's what I
Eckerd's,
figured.
stuff like
Yeah.
that, yeah.
So, wow, great find, bro.
Yeah.
Great find.
Man, that's my hauls. Again, I do want to say on here, guys, we're still in the intro, but thank you to everyone who has been liking, following, subscribing. If you're listening to us on any of the podcast platforms like Amazon Music, Spotify, Apple Music, please give us a like and review, and please follow. Like follow us on there so that way you get the episodes when they come out. And on YouTube, guys, just keep liking, watching. I know a lot of people are here from the reels, and we appreciate that.
Yeah.
So keep liking the reels, keep showing the reels, keep sharing the reels. And then yeah, the Instagram and the TikToks, they're moving. Instagram more lately. I know TikTok has been weird lately, but we'll talk
Yeah,
about
it
that another
has.
day.
We'll talk about it another day. But Instagram, look, all our followers, thank you for sharing. We just, again, it's been great. But let's keep the momentum going. Just want to share our nostalgias, feels with you guys, and just even for you younger folks to, because I think you guys are curious, especially those younger folks who are bringing back CDs. We want to tell you about it. We want to. This is our job here is just kind of, hey, this is how it was, and this is what we're doing. So
You
it's
want to bond with your parents, listen to a podcast that's literally for them.
exactly. Simple as that. And
Yeah.
they'd be like, "Oh, check out this podcast." And they'll be like, "Oh, you know what? Yep, I was there." So
Yeah.
thank you guys for listening and continue pushing us out, man.
But with that said, let's go to our first segment. Back in the day, we weren't streaming. We didn't
Yep.
have all these services to watch movies. We had to watch them on TV.
Yep.
Some of us had paid channels like, HBO, Cinemax, and, there's still pay-per-view back in the day. A lot of us couldn't afford that.
No.
And we had a way around that. And there was this little device. It was a little black box.
Yep.
This little black box was our back door
Yes.
into the movie channels.
Yeah.
This
The extra
thing,
stuff.
like I'm telling you, like you would have to go somewhere or yeah, I think it was more like a secret, like, society thing, like, you
Yeah.
had to know somebody
Who knew
that had
somebody?
one to get one, because it
Yeah.
wasn't like you could go into a store to get this. You
No.
had to either, like, tell your cable man, "Hey, so how can I get, like, the good stuff?"
Yeah.
Like, there's, like, some secret code word or something like that to, like,
Right.
let them know that you want to get, like, the box,
Yep.
and, like, kinda like in the movie Cable Guy, where he's
Yeah.
like, "Are you asking me for illegal cable thieving?"
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
But
He's
this
like,
box right here, basically, you just I don't remember the mechanics. I just remember we
yeah.
had one in my house, when I was in middle school, and it just basically like the coaxial is going into it, and you did the channel surfing
Yeah.
through the box. The
Yeah.
TV stays on, like, channel 3,
Yep.
and then you did all the channel surfing through there, and then every channel was available. The movie channels, HBO, Cinemax, Stars,
Yep.
all the pay-per-view channels. Remember back then, pay-per-view
Yeah.
would do one channel would be one movie all day,
Yep.
and then the other channels, it would be like they would play specific movies at certain times, like new movies, movies
Yep.
that just came out, like, on DVD or VHS,
Yep.
at that time.
And this was
It's
essential, I think, also for WWF fans at the time,
yeah,
because if you knew somebody who had this box, you went to their house and say, "Hey, can we come over and watch, SummerSlam or
mhm,
WrestleMania or one of the major events that
yeah,
WWF was having?" This was it. This is how we didn't pay for it. It just you knew somebody that had this box.
yeah, and it's funny because, the one that we had in my house, it had, like, a lock on the back. And I think my mom would put the lock on, and I
Mhm.
believe that, like, she put it so, like, there's certain channels that me and my brother, when if we were going to watch it, we couldn't access it, which was, like, the Spice Channel, the
Yeah,
Playboy Channel, and stuff like that. Um,
because those
but the
came with it. Like,
right, right, all those
you
channels
couldn't
were, like, you
choose.
just had to go to the channel.
Yeah.
But the craziest thing was you could literally just push the lock up, and then just you could put the switch on. We're just like, and I looked at my
Oh.
brother, I was like, "Alright," and my bro was a snitch, so I was just like, "Don't fucking tell her that we know about this." But yeah, dude, I so many movies I watched
Yeah,
because I had this, and granted, we're still renting movies at Blockbuster and stuff
yeah,
like that, but they would only have, like, in rotation, like, 5 movies, and
yeah,
you had movies coming out every week, so, like, they would have movies on rotation for, like, 2 or 3 weeks, and then they'll be out.
yep,
The Rock, the movie The Rock, I saw like, on this little
yeah.
black box right here. Um, the movie with Chris Tucker and Charlie Sheen, Money Talks.
Oh, great movie.
I
Yeah,
saw that movie on that little black box. Like, so many movies I saw because we had this, little black box, and it's funny because it evolved from this little black box, and people still had it, but
yeah.
later on, people started programming the cards for the DirecTV boxes.
Yes,
Remember that?
yes, I do, because each box had a card. Every regular DirecTV had that card, and I'll never forget it. Like, it looked like a little credit card, and you just had to stick it
Mhm.
in, and this is how your DirecTV worked. But
Yeah.
again, with technology, someone figures it out and say, "Hey, we'll give you a special card to give you all the movies for free, all this for free, and this is how you did it." So it evolved from this box to the card.
Right.
So it was like, "Oh my god, okay." And then of course now, what is it that they evolved now? Where you can get all the movies channels you want and all the actually I don't know channels, it's just movies and TV shows that are on these premium channels through
Mm.
Fire Stick.
No,
And
dude, you could get it the things that you get with these hacked Fire Sticks now is, like, you get channels, like, in other countries.
that's insane.
Like, yeah, 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 no, one of my buddies, he was telling me he wanted, like, "Yo, do you want me to hook you up?" And he's like, "Yeah, you could watch all the soccer games because soccer's a big thing, and,
Yeah,
some you can't watch all the games unless you have one of those, like, premier packages on one of these services."
yeah.
He's like, "Bro, you can watch every soccer game, you can watch every boxing match, you can watch every pay-per-view." And he's like, "And movies that come out in theaters, if they have a digital, that's it. The day it comes out, you could watch it." I was like, "Cool, awesome." It's literally this generation's black box.
It really is. And going back to this, and if you didn't have now normally if if you got cable, you would get this box either way, whether you had the the unlocked channels or not. And if you go to those channels, do you remember what would it would show? It would, like, literally show the little squiggly lines, like the
Every
scrambled things.
90s kid, especially every
Yes.
90s boy
Yes.
knows
Yes.
about the
About
squiggly lines channels.
everybody, every 90s boy knows.
It just takes me back to American Pie,
Oh,
the
yes.
opening scene
Yep.
where he's watching oh, that's a tit. That was
That's
a
a tip.
tit.
That's a boob.
Yeah,
Like, I'm like, "Oh
and then the guy goes, "Oh, spank my hairy ass." He's like, "Hey, bro, shut up." And the mom comes in, and he has
my"
the sock.
Yes,
Bro, it's like,
bro.
I think he's trying to watch illegal channels, mom, seriously? Bro, oh my god, yeah, but aside from that, before American Pie,
Yeah.
every guy everyone knew about this, but all the boys, like, yeah, we would probably sit and watch these squiggly lines a
Let's see
little
what we can see.
longer than we could just to make I mean, that goes to show you the lack of availability that we had to content.
Correct.
Especially that kinda content back in the day,
Absolutely.
that a
Absolutely.
squiggly line screen would get you overly excited
Yep.
if you got a second and a half of it kind of straightening out and then going and it would happen,
Yeah, it would
it would
happen.
happen. It would straighten out for about a second to a second and a half, and you'd be like, "Yeah, alright, cool."
Yep. You got it. You're like, "Oh, cool. I got it." But
And then
then
you go to school the next day, "Bro, I was watching it. I had it on for like 20 minutes and it got straight for like 2 seconds. Totally saw a boob. We were so fucking desperate,
but
dude.
I remember that you still heard the noise, right?
Oh,
Like,
the audio was perfect.
the audio was perfect, but
You
you
could
could
hear every single thing. That's why you had to do it on fucking mute
Yeah.
because the music is a dead giveaway.
Yeah, exactly. The
The music
little
is horrible.
the little
It's either
jazz music.
a crazy saxophone
Yes, exactly.
or some fucking disco music.
Yep.
Bro, nah.
Exactly.
But yeah, but yeah, dude, yeah. If you didn't have the cable box or you didn't have the channel paid for, you would get that squiggly and that's not just for the Spice Channel or Play. No, we're not just talking about that. We're talking about like even HBO, Cinemax, and Stars. They would be all fuzzy and wiggly.
Yeah.
And remember, we talked about this before. A lot of time those movie channels would give you like a free weekend.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And a
Enjoy it
lot
for free weekend, yeah.
when I was a kid, before I had the box, on those free weekends, I was recording movies like crazy, like Dumb and Dumber, Major Payne,
Yep.
there's another movie that I watched a lot, I forgot what it was, but bro, those movies, I did not have them on VHS from purchasing them, I recorded them.
Yeah. I mean, and of course, I'm sure you're asking our moms and be like, "Mom, can you give me some VHS blank tapes, please?"
Oh, yeah, well, my grandma was like, my grandma ran a business, not a business. She had a stand in a flea market, and I would go with her on the weekends and work the flea market with her. I don't know how she had like access to like VHS tapes
Blanks.
when they would come out. Like when
Nice.
movies would drop, she would have them, and then she had a bunch of blank tapes. So she would give me blank tapes. So one, I could be out of the living room when she's watching her shows.
Yeah.
I could record Power Rangers or whatever the show was I was trying to record.
Wow. Was she running a bootleg business, really?
It wasn't bootleg. It was she would sell like kids clothing,
Oh, okay.
movies, a lot of like Spanish movies like Cantifla and stuff like that.
Yeah, okay.
And then she did get me Aladdin and The Mask right before they came out. Like official, they weren't bootlegs, like
Oh,
official.
nice.
And I was
Nice.
like, "Oh shit, my grandma's a plug for fucking movies. This is awesome." But that only lasted for I think like 3 or 4 months, and then it was just, like, older style movies. I don't know, maybe whoever she was getting them from, was
Yeah.
charging more for them or something like that,
Mm. Yeah, yeah.
but fun little tidbit that my grandma was hustling at. I learned how to hustle from my grandmother at the flea market.
You hustle from your parents. That's what every
Mhm.
hustler, that's who they
Yep.
hustle from, so for sure. So,
But yeah, man, these little black boxes, everyone had like, not everyone had one, but you knew somebody that had illegal cable and illegal black box, and that most probably was the house that you saw most of your movies from.
yeah.
My cousin Omar had it at his house,
Yeah.
and I saw Groundhog's Day. The first time I ever saw Groundhog's Day was on this little black box.
Great movie. That
Yeah.
was a yeah, that was such a great movie that like I forgot to watch it this past Groundhog's Day. I usually try to watch it when on Groundhog's Day.
Mhm.
Like it's always been my tradition, but man, yeah, that was another Harold Ramis movie.
Harold Ramis, yeah.
Yep.
We were talking
So,
about Harold Ramis movies earlier.
yep, yeah, we were. But this box, man, I mean, and do you remember the remote from it? Do you remember? It was kind of clunky, wasn't it?
Well, the one that I had was pretty small. It was a
It was like
little
a
black.
square, right?
Yeah, 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 square.
And it only had a few buttons. Like
Not yet.
now, you look at the
The
remote,
numbers, up and down channel, up and down volume.
yeah, and that was it. So
Mhm.
I remember it literally looked like a square, very light on your hands, and you had to like I remember the buttons like were like kind of high up, and then you had to like really kind of push it to make
Yeah,
it
they
so
were
they
like kinda like a hard rubber,
yes,
and you
you had to
had
be
to
like
and they were very perforated outward.
yeah,
Like, it wasn't like a smooth like, now the controllers are kinda, like, smooth and it's like a little
yeah,
small tap. No, this is a hard press.
exactly. And
Yeah.
and I remember if you got food in it, it would get like stuck or something like that. Like it's ruined so many
Yeah.
remotes in my childhood because I would be like eating like Saturday morning, be like and be like changing the channel. I'll never forget that. That was yeah, I've ruined a lot of remotes.
Yeah,
But
I can only imagine you fucking eating Cheetos or
oh,
fucking any kind of chips, and then the
chips,
fucking controller is orange now.
yeah,
Yeah,
orange and
'cause
black.
the only reason why I know is not because of me, because my brother was like that. He was gross, and doesn't matter what he was doing, he'd go, I'm like, "Dude, are you serious?" My son does the same shit. I don't know how my son has so much of my brother, but
Yeah,
whatever.
my parents were like, Would you stop eating with the damn remote in your hands? Use your other hand." I'm like, "Okay."
Like, that's my special hand.
Yeah.
That's my girlfriend hand.
That's my girlfriend hand.
Anyways, but yeah, man, little black box. God, what this thing? I mean, oh my god, this shit just. I as we're talking about it, I'm just remembering one by one all the movies I saw for the first time with one of these. Again, another one I just remembered right now: Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Oh, you saw yeah, I saw that one. I
First
think I
time
remember
I
seeing that
saw it
one.
was at my cousin's house, and it was on HBO,
Yeah.
but that's where I saw it at my cousin's house through the little black box on HBO, and I was just like, I fell in love with that movie right then and there. I had seen the commercials for it when it was in theaters. I couldn't go watch it in theaters. I was a little kid. It was 1993. I was in 3rd grade.
Yeah.
But when it came out on TV on HBO, and I slept over at my cousin's house, and it was like we were cracking up.
It was so funny. That was
Cracking
I think that
up.
was our first introduction to at least for me, to Dave Chappelle. Was
Yeah, 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 that's the first time I ever saw Dave Chappelle. I would say it
yeah.
started maybe in the 80s.
Yeah.
It hit peak in the 90s, and then I think most people transitioned to those DirecTV cards,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
that's
and
that
DirecTV
was
was a new
the
thing.
the new way to bootleg, and,
Yep.
like, now we got the freaking
Fire
bootleg
Stick.
Amazon Fire Sticks and Rokus.
Just shows you, bro, no matter what, someone's gonna find a way to try to
Life
scam it. Like, it's
finds
it
a way.
yeah, someone's finds a it's find a way.
Yeah,
And the black box, the card, the fire stick.
yep. The little black box. Did you have a little black box in your house? Did one of your friends have a little black box? Was that house the house that you went to go watch movies? Let us know if you had any encounters with these little black boxes, and not the regular ones, the illegal ones.
Yes.
We are in 2026.
Yes.
Just saying that out loud is crazy to me
Oh my
that
god.
I am here in 2026. And yeah, things are pretty bad. Things are crazy in 2026. That's why we have this podcast. That's why we take everybody back. That's why we jump into the DeLorean and gun into 88, right?
Yep.
So
That's right.
today we want to review 1996. 30 years ago. What the fuck? I have 30 years of life in me. What how I could it's crazy to think that I have lived as long as I have, 41, and I like those decades feel so like they weren't that far ago. That blah, they aren't that far away. Like I feel like 1996 isn't that far away, but it's literally 30
30
years
years
ago.
ago. That's 3 decades, my man.
Yeah.
3.
It's insanity, insanity.
And
But
it's crazy. It's just something that you blink and you're just like, "What happened?" Because let me ask you something. You can, like, remember a nostalgic moment or a memory, and you can snap your fingers and you can be there, right there, because that's
I could
how.
be there, I could smell it, I could taste it, I could hear it,
Yeah,
everything.
and that
Yeah,
was 30 years ago.
30 years ago.
That's
But yeah.
insane. I
So
mean,
today we're gonna go over 1996. This is 1996 in review. We're gonna talk about style. We're gonna talk about movies. We're gonna talk about video games, music, everything that was popping in 1996 to see if you guys remember it. Maybe bring up some memories, maybe some things you forgot, and just a good little chill vibe. So go ahead and set us off there, Tony. Tell me about 1996.
1996 was a pretty peak year in the 90s. You know, some would say would argue at least for movies be 1994, but 1996. Let me tell you something. They had some bangers in 1996, like some banging movies, and I'm gonna show you a montage here. Just this is just like probably the tip of the iceberg of the movies that came out that year, and it's something that you look at it, you're just like, oh my god, these things were incredible. Incredible movies. Like, you look at it and it's like you got Scream, Fargo, Matilda, Mission Impossible. Again, like, these are all bangers. Dusk Till Dawn, all these came out in 1996.
Yeah.
I gotta say, Rolly, it's a pretty good year for movies.
No, that whole thing right there is ridiculous. Tom Cruise has 2 movies. If I'm not mistaken, those 2 movies are probably, like, in the top 5 earning movies of the year.
That's right. I think it was Jerry Maguire and Mission Impossible.
Yeah,
And number 1 at that, I think that year was Independence Day.
Independence Day.
That was such a blockbuster. I think when that came out, it, like, blew Will Smith to the stratosphere. Like, it,
Mhm.
like, made him a movie star right there and then.
Yeah,
Um, Happy Gilmore, and talking about comedy, and we've talked about this before in horror. That was the first year of the Scream movie. That was the first year of the Scream franchise.
and look, the first movie of Scream came out in 1996, and we're 30 years later, and we're getting another one. This is what number is this one?
7.
7.
Yeah,
We're getting the 7th Scream movie 30 years later.
that's incredible. That is it. It just shows the test of time of how great these movies were. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, you had some bad ones here and there, but they still were entertaining in their own right, in my opinion. All right, and number 5 was, for movies, was The Nutty Professor. Number 4, The Rock, little Sean
Yes.
Connery, Nicolas Cage,
Nicolas Cage. No one else.
awesome. Number 3, Mission Impossible.
Mission Impossible with Tom Cruise himself.
Tom Cruise himself. Disaster movie. I think this is probably my first disaster movie. Number 2 is Twister. I was obsessed with tornadoes, so I definitely had to go see this in movies.
And the
And
marketing
number
for that
1,
was crazy because they just showed us a freaking cow
yeah,
in a tornado.
yep. I'm like, just flying in the air. I'm like, oh boy, and still alive and
Yeah.
mooing, by the way.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, that's a pretty good one. And number 1, obviously, Independence Day.
Independence Day. There, yeah. I remember that year specifically, and I remember Independence Day summer. I saw it maybe like 3 times. I loved that movie.
What a great movie.
So much so
What a
that I asked for it for Christmas, and we spent the Christmas of that year watching the VHS at my grandma's house. The other thing crazy about 1996 is, bro, the music was
Yeah,
ridiculous. Like,
it really.
what were the top 5 albums of 1996?
All right, the top 5 albums of 1996 were. I'm gonna start at 5. 5 was "Daydream" by Mariah Carey.
Okay.
4 was "Tragic Kingdom" by No Doubt.
Oh, that
Incredible album right there.
that
Awesome album. Number 3, The Fugees, The Score. Number 2, Celine Dion, "Falling Into You."
of
And then
course.
number 1, Alanis
Correct.
Morissette,
Yep.
"Jagged Little Pill."
Mhm.
So, and
That song
again,
has, like, 5 songs that were on the radio, like, constantly, and
yeah,
on everybody's playlist. Everyone like that. The main hit of that song to this day, we're singing it and quoting it. Whenever somebody says, "Isn't it ironic?"
yeah,
Don't you think?
yeah. you know that it's oh, yeah, that's Alanis Morissette. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the year of the Macarena. Like,
Yeah.
it was like now, I think it came out in 1985, but it really blew up in 1996.
Yeah.
Everybody was
I
doing it.
remember I was telling you because in my 5th grade dance in Miami, I wanna say maybe because of the culture in Miami is why this was so celebrated, and then later on, it caught on everywhere else.
Yeah.
But in my 5th grade dance, I remember us doing the Macarena in, like, the last dance, like, our prom or whatever, and I was just like and I mean, it was cheesy because we were doing the electric slide
Yeah.
and then the Macarena.
That's so I mean, it was such iconic. It blew up so much that even Doctor Evil got a hand in on it.
Ah.
It was, again, another that was a pretty good song. This is where the fun stuff begins, and I'm just gonna go through a few highlights. We don't have pictures or anything like that, but just major breakthroughs. Dolly the sheep was the first sheep to be cloned.
Alright, the first time that news was huge
That was massive,
that
my
they
man.
were able to clone something. They were,
Yeah,
like, doing cells first, and, like, that was a celebration in itself, but the fact I remember that sheep thing being everywhere.
yep, absolutely, and more highlights were, the Summer Olympics, 1996. It was in America.
Mhm.
It was, I
Yep.
believe, in Atlanta, Georgia, and we got Muhammad Ali lighting the torch there.
My boy
Um,
Muhammad Ali lighting the torch.
yep. Politics, Bill Clinton got reelected. Oh, who could have forget, bro? It was the year Nintendo 64 came out.
The
Your favorite remote, your favorite
most
controller, your
epic
favorite
year.
thing, that
If
was the year.
1984 is to me, to us, the peak year of the 80s, because everything great came out in 1984. Man, 1996 has some crazy premieres, has
It
some
does.
crazy things that came out that were firsts, because not only is that the year the Nintendo 64 came out, if I'm not mistaken, was that not the same year that Pokemon
It
premiered?
was. It was. It was the same year, the rise of Pokemon in Japan. It started off in Japan, and
Mhm.
it like a little plague, made its way over here to the
Yep.
States, and
That was the 90s coronavirus.
it re it really was, because
Horrible.
everybody had to have
Dude,
these cards. I
people
didn't get in on it. I don't know what
no,
it
the
was.
game.
Yeah.
It was
Oh,
the Game Boy game first and then the cards.
oh, wow. So they got us in through the Game Boy game, and then the cards came out. That's
Yeah.
incredible. Yeah, again, it blew up. It was a phenomenon. And then also, of course, did you have one of these?
Tamagotchis. Yep. We talked about this in our Christmas episode. It's fun. A lot of those top things in that list of the toys came out in 1996.
That's right. It was like peak 90s. Like, I would say it's definitely the peak 90s, and the peak lasted, I think, well into 1999 in
Yeah.
my because then you had banger movies in 1999, you had a lot of stuff going on then.
I mean, in the 90s, you couldn't miss with movies. Yeah, there were some movies here and there, but you had crazy blockbuster like movies that were absolute bangers coming out almost every year. And it's almost like a thing like what year had the best movies? It's so hard to pick.
It
In the
really
late
is.
2000s and in the 2020, also, you could definitely be like, okay, no, this year we had good movies and we didn't have good movies for a long time. But in the 90s, it's a fucking fight to the death. Like it's almost impossible to pick which year had the best movies.
That's right, and speaking of movies, in 19 I think November 1st, 1996, the first DVD player is rolling out in Japan. Again,
Mm.
Japan.
Right,
Always the first.
and DVD is basically to replace Laserdisc.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
Laserdisc was, like, too expensive to make, basically a CD the size of a record.
pretty much. The first time I saw a Laserdisc was in my classroom, and I saw it, I'm like, "What
Yep,
the hell is that?" Like,
yep,
this thing came out, looked like a vinyl record, but you pulled it out, it looked like a massive DVD, like a
yeah.
big
In
DVD.
middle school, the first time I ever saw I was like, "What is that?" My guitar teacher, we had, like, a free day, and she pulls out this fucking basically, it looks like a record thing, slides out this big CD, and it was Aladdin, and we watched Aladdin on Laserdisc in my class.
That's funny. I saw the movie we saw was, The Outsiders on Laserdisc, and it was
Yeah,
like,
different teachers.
"This is too expensive to make. How can we make it smaller, more compact?" And the birth of DVD in 1986. Now VHS seems to be coming back.
Physical
That
media is
that
making
physical media.
a decent return right now.
It really is,
Yeah.
and I'm here for it, man. You're the sneakerhead. It was a banging year for
Oh my god.
shoes also.
1996 was a crazy year for sneakers. I'm a sneakerhead. I know we don't talk about sneakers on here often, and I'll change that. I'll do some more segments about sneakers, but 1996 brought us some of the most iconic colorways and just silhouettes of
Yeah,
shoes. The very first one, we gotta go with the Jordans. The Jordan 12 Taxi. My guy, are you kidding me? Like this shoe right here, I have it. I have this shoe in my room. Actually, most of the shoes we're gonna talk about today, I have. But the Jordan 12 Taxi came out in 1996, and let me tell you, the second this thing hit, you grabbed your East Bay, you saw the picture, and you wanted that bad boy. You saw the commercials, you wanted that thing. I think this one was in line with a lot of promos with Marvin the Martian. It kind of looks like the shoes that Marvin the Martian wears.
yeah, I could see that.
But this shoe was, oh my god, it hit so hard. And to tell you, this shoe, the black and white is obviously the most iconic one of it, but the one that follows that is just as iconic is, I don't know if you remember the flu game
Yes,
where Jordan played with at the time it was called the flu, but they're now saying that it was food poisoning
food poisoning,
from
yeah.
a pizza that was delivered to him. And those red and black ones are just hit just as hard. That is just that silhouette, those colorways. The Jordan 12 is just a banger of a shoe. The
Such a
next
great shoe.
one, we'll go with another ridiculous sick basketball player, the Reebok Question, and you know who was rocking these right here, AI, the original AI, the
The
good
original,
AI,
yeah, Allen
Allen
Iverson, right?
Iverson. Bro, these shoes right here, never had a pair, would love a pair. I should probably do some more. I should get some Reeboks. Everything I have is Nike and Jordan, but these right here, everyone wanted these because AI was changing the game, and with the game, with the guy changing the game, you gotta have his shoes. You
Yeah,
gotta have his shoes. A lot of people rocked with Jordan, loved Jordan, and will still rock Jordans to this day. But the question was right there, man. These shoes and the original that came out, it's funny because it was white and red. Then we started getting more colors as time went by with the blue and stuff like that.
yeah,
But this shoe was so sick. Like when you look at it, you almost would think if it wasn't for the logo in the middle showing Reebok, that
right.
this was a version of a Nike because it has a lot of similarities to Nike with like the air bubble, and you see the little eyelets for the
Yep,
laces. It's very reminiscent of
very.
like a Jordan mixed with like an Air Max kind of thing all in one. But Reebok did their thing. They got Allen Iverson and said, yeah, no, we're gonna give these guys a freaking run for their money when it comes for with shoes, especially with basketball shoes.
And let me ask you something, the price point. What was the price point compared to, obviously, Nikes and Air Jordans and all this stuff?
They were on par, but you have to remember back then shoes cost like good basketball shoes were like 100, $120.
right,
Not like now they're like 230, 250 or stuff like that. Like the good shoes now on releases are like 220, 230 for like Jordan 11s, Jordan 12s and stuff like that. The Jordan 1s are still hitting, I think, at 180, but Jordan 1s back in the day, you get them for like 80 bucks.
yeah,
And on clearance, you back in the day, you could find Jordan 1s for like almost 45 bucks sometimes. But anyways, back to these. But yeah, this was the Allen Iverson question. These were iconic, or still are iconic. I need a pair of Allen Iversons. But now, this next one, ladies and gentlemen, I'm a Jordan guy, but this shoe I'm about to tell you about right now is one of my all-time favorite shoes. I have a pair. I wear them all the time. I need to get another pair because I've already worn out mine. It's none other than the Penny Hardaway 2. Oh my God. This
that is
shoe, I
beautiful.
cannot tell you the impact that this shoe had on
Mhm.
me, on basketball, on just shoe culture.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan was destroying the game in not just basketball, but in the shoe game. And who was the next person coming up? It was Penny Hardaway. Before Penny Hardaway got his first injury, in not in just stats, in his way of play, his aggressive way of playing, his shooting, everything. And when that tandem of Penny Hardaway and Shaquille O'Neal, bro, this guy was going to be he was on his way to be the next Jordan. And the
Such a
shoe game was ridiculous for this guy. The Penny one is an absolute banger. I have a pair of Penny ones, but this one right here, every kid in 1996 had this shoe,
yeah.
and it
And
came
I'll never
in
forget,
this
they were
color.
everywhere.
It came in this color, and it came in an all white, all everything all white, and then it was a white with a blue because it was to match the Orlando Magic colorway.
Right.
But bro, this shoe and the marketing for
Yeah.
this shoe
The
was
little
ridiculous.
the little Penny Hardaway puppet,
Little
I'll never
Penny
forget.
with Chris Rock doing the voice.
Yep.
Oh my god, dude, everything about this shoe just screams at me, and so much so, like, again, I'm Jordan guy, bro, I'm wearing a freaking Chicago Bulls thing. I got all his shoes. I collected his shoes when back in the day, I couldn't have his shoes because they were too expensive. The first pair of expensive basketball shoes my mom ever got me were the Penny Hardaways with the black. And to tell you how these shoes were a status symbol, I got invited. I would play basketball after school almost all the time, but like in one group of people, like my friends. But then you had those basketball guys. The
Yeah.
first day I showed up with my pennies, they came up to me. I'll never forget George Lynn and Michael Weber. If they hear this, which I doubt they will, those guys came up to me. George Lynn was really cool with me. He goes, "Hey, bro. Oh shit, you got the pennies? Yo, hey, you want to run ball with us after school?" Never in my life have they ever thought to invite me to play basketball. And I walked in with Penny Hardaways, and all of a sudden, "Yo, you want to ball with us?" This thing unlocked a status for me. This shoe unlocked a status for me. And I was just like, "Oh my god, I need to make sure I take care of these shoes."
Oof. And but you were playing basketball with them, so I can only imagine what you
Oh,
did
I
to
was
maintain them.
balling the fuck out of people in these shoes. But here's the thing, I played ball all the time with after I once I got them, I started playing ball all the time. And now I'm experiencing it too with the ones I have here. Like the bubble pops,
Yeah.
and then like when you walk, it makes like a squeak kind of whistle thing. So that's the only defect I would say about these shoes is that actual thing. Because if you look at the bottom, there's a bubble in within the bubble.
Right.
But
And let me ask something, they're still making these to these day, or you have to get them like
so the original colorways, no.
ah,
There are collab colorways. There's like 10, maybe like 8 to 10 different colorways that kind of resemble the original one, but they did a re-release on the white ones not too long ago. And this re-release for this one was a while back,
mm,
and it flew. It was gone.
oh, I'm
And it
sure
was
all
short. It was
nostalgic
short.
yeah,
Yeah.
all nostalgic kids probably were like all over it. Like, oh,
Yeah, no, the sneakerhead community, yo, pennies are up there. I'm telling you, and anybody that grew up in the culture, in the sneaker culture, knows that these shoes are a must. You must have. If they do another drop on these, I'm buying like 3 pairs just so
yeah,
I could run through them.
absolutely. I only had one pair of sneakers growing up, of basketball shoes growing up, believe it or not, because, again, I was more of a Vans guy or Airwalk guy, but the ones that, like, stood out to me were Air More Up Tempo. The Air More Up Tempo was so iconic, so much so that I got myself a little pair here, and I was like, "Bro, I have maybe worn these maybe, like, I don't know,
Eh, bro, it just
2, 3 times."
screams like that in your face, big letters,
Dude,
freaking bubble at the bottom and at the end of every letter. Like, it's such a sick shoe. Bro, look at the shoes that we're talking about
yeah,
that came out in the same year. The taxis, the freaking pennies, the freaking air up temp. Oh my god, bro, it's just
dude, I mean, it's just
ridiculous.
what a year for sneakers, for basketball shoes especially, like,
And
just
everybody just look at these 3 Nike shoes, and granted, yes, the question was everywhere. I'm not shitting, I'm not saying anything negative. The question is awesome. But these shoes right here that we're talking about, if the Jordan 12, the Penny 2s, and those shoes, bro, I wanna say, wow, I love the pennies were everywhere. That shoe dominated
Yeah,
the shoe market
it
that year.
really did. Like,
Everyone.
it was no I mean, it was and of course, you saw your, like, your local East Bay, and it came in, like, all different colors. It came in the white, it came in the blue, like, it was bro, it was
That
everywhere.
blue and with the white letters, that's the Olympic one. That's the one that
Ah,
they made for the Olympics, and he wore in the Olympics, Scottie Pippen.
that's incredible, and I can only imagine getting your hands on one of those, bro. How much that would be.
I never had a pair. I always wanted a pair. Now as an adult, I have a pair. I have the same pair that you have.
Yeah,
But it was such a sick ass shoe. And who would have thought the simplest concept where everything we do is Nike Air this, Nike Air that? No, let's just put Air on the side of the shoe.
and it stood out.
It's again, this is art. I've said
Yeah,
before on this podcast when we talk about shoes, shoes were art.
yeah,
These guys, Tinker and all these other guys at Nike were just making literally wearable art. And then
but,
the last one we'll mention on here is the Nike Air Zoom Flight 5, also known as the Jason Kidd. This one I know isn't as popular as those other ones, but this shoe right here held its ground. And this was one of the shoes I never had. And I've tried getting it recently. I'm gonna get them eventually. But I thought this shoe was awesome. It's just it has a funky look to it with that little bubble right there on the side that has like kind of like translucent with like blue and greenish. I love this shoe. Jason Kidd was literally killing the game that year in basketball. But my dude, it just these shoes are just iconic, iconic. Like I need every shoe on this list. If I mean, I have most of them, but I definitely need those Jason Kidds because it will complete the set. And I need a pair of the questions.
yeah,
Honorable mention. The Jordan 11 did come out in 1995 at the end.
okay.
So honorable mention for 1996. We'll say we'll kick the 11s in. They're not on the actual list because they came out in 1995. But the Jordan 11 is one of the most iconic silhouettes of any shoe.
Yeah, for sure. The Chicago Bulls won the national championship that same year.
Yep.
Like, it was I think, that was their 6th one? Was that the 6th one?
No, that was their fourth
4th,
because they
okay,
had
thank you.
lost the year before.
That's right, that's right. They had lost the year before, and the year
And
before was the year Jordan wasn't there?
right. So in the year before, Jordan came back and they
Okay,
lost.
and they lost, okay. To
So then
Orlando to
Jordan held on to that.
got
And
it,
it's like, this shit is never happening again.
and then won 3 more times.
Everyone's going to work and we are going, we're not fucking losing again.
Yeah,
And they fucking came in and they destroyed everyone. That
yep.
season was so fucking sick.
Yeah, this was a year that
Yep.
72-10, my friend.
Yep.
10 losses. That's it. Like, it was unheard of. I couldn't it was like, when you see that, you're just like, that's nearly a perfect season. Like,
If you
I
ever
don't think there's
wanted to
anybody.
put a stamp on your season after losing in the playoffs, it's having the best record the following year
Yeah,
and winning the championship.
easily. Like, again, what a time. And, I think the Yankees won the World Series that year. Also a great time. I think yeah, I know. I'm a big Yankees fan, so I wanted to throw that in there. I think, Jared Dieter, it was another great time to
It's
be
fine
alive.
because the Marlins won it the next year.
Yeah, 1997. That's
I
right.
love
That
you,
was
Miami.
it. Um, and again, so many Dallas Cowboys defeated the Pittsburgh Steelers in the Super Bowl
Troy
30.
Aikman and Emmett Smith and
Yep.
Michael Irving.
Yep. And the Tickle Me Elmo for toys was we talked about that in this thing too. Yeah, it was just what a great freaking year. We didn't cover everything, but that is definitely
It's just like a tip of the iceberg of 1996.
yeah, that
But
was
you got your
definitely
movies, you got your music, you got your sports, we
yep.
got your shoes. So I
Oof,
had to throw in shoes.
got to. Yeah,
And the
again.
N64 came out and Pokemon
Yep.
in Japan.
Yep.
But still,
And
that was
Tamagotchi and the birth of the DVD.
yep.
Peak
1996,
90s.
man. Take me back. Today's movie spotlight, we're kicking it still with 1996, and this is an absolute favorite, an absolute banger, one of the best basketball movies to ever come out, and that is Space Jam.
Yep.
This
Another
movie
classic movie.
was, before this movie, we had Cool World, we had Roger Rabbit, where real people will interact with, cartoons, and they were great. I love Roger Rabbit. Cool World was pretty dope, but nothing came close to Space Jam. Seeing all of our Looney Tunes people
Yeah.
get together and just mash it up with Michael Jordan and basketball. Get
It
out
was
of here.
perfect. It was a perfect combination, bro.
Get out of here.
Perfect. And
Absolutely crazy.
it just happened to coexist with like his retirement and what happened with the year before. So it kind of like helped facilitate the story. And
Yeah.
we have some facts here about it, but like it's such a freaking iconic movie in the 90s.
It's so awesome how, yeah, they incorporated the real life stuff that was going on into the movie to make it part of the movie. This movie came out at the end of 1996, November 15th, 1996. To tell you right now, it destroyed the box office, making $230 million. And the crazy thing is this whole movie spawned from some commercials. They had
Yeah.
commercials back in the day. I want to say like 1991, 1992, promoting Jordans from
Yep.
Nike. And it
Yep.
was basically Michael Jordan playing basketball with Bugs Bunny. Like, here we go. We got one right here.
Oh, goody. More Air Jordans for me. Isn't that lovely?
Man, even Martian the man, Marvin the Martian had 6 sneakers.
Mhm.
And they're all mine.
Give me those Air Jordans.
No, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, no, yes, no, yes, no. Take these or else.
Oh my God.
That makes me
Beautiful
angry.
shoe. And it's the big birds,
Yeah,
but essentially, look at their color and stuff like that. This is
the
our
Monstars.
first wave of seeing like the Monstars.
Yeah,
And then there they go, the Hair Jordans, and this is literally, it's like
yeah,
you could
It's
see
Space
where
Jam.
Space Jam came from.
yeah. You could see they're like, oh, we should just do a movie of this.
Mhm.
I smell trouble. I smell popcorn.
Get your
Is that better popcorn?
Get it while it's hot.
They got Michael Jordan dressing up and being very animated, which is, it's just dope to see like one of your heroes.
It's
Yeah.
bowling for Martians.
With Bugs Bunny.
Our heroes have made the world safe for truth, justice.
And Mike's royalty checks from
Do the
Nike.
royalty checks,
The road.
and then the huge net with the shoes.
It says
Yep.
on my deal.
Jeez, what a king.
I mean, just such an iconic
on.
commercial right there. But that's how it spawned it. And that's something you like. I didn't know. Like we were looking at facts and we were like, wow, that's from Space Jam. That makes I could see the influence. I could see
Yeah.
where they got the idea.
And it's just crazy. Those commercials are awesome. That's one of them. There's a bunch of those commercials where there's the one where he introduces the Hair Jordan 7s is fucking
Yeah.
great. The Hair Jordan 7s are an awesome shoe. But my God, like this movie is just one of those things that is like, you think about it and you remember where you were, you remember the time, you remember what was going on in your life. Like it takes you back so much so that their website
That's
is
right.
still up and running
It is
right now to this day, and has not been touched, has not been updated. It is the original website from 1996. You could
Yep.
go right now to spacejam.com. It's going to open up. It's the exact same look, and you could go to all the little links. I think one of the things that we were messing around with, like you could get like little like audio files. You could hear little audio files.
Yeah,
right.
you could like there was I believe it was
Look at this
behind-
thing. This
like
is
it,
the
I mean,
look
it
right
still
here. We have
hasn't
on
it hasn't
screen right
changed.
now.
It
haven't
hasn't.
changed this thing. Look at this thing is screaming the 90s. First of all, that Space Jam logo is fucking incredible.
Yeah,
Like that's
It is.
great.
Like yeah, it had Lunar Tunes, it had like like you go to these different sections here and like you can go to the Warner Brothers store, you can go I think the Stellar Souvenirs, And you see
That's
all
so
these
dope.
look, like you go to like screensavers and it has like this little screensaver going
Oh
in
my
from
god, that's so dope. And I think you could like download like the posters too, right?
yeah, you can download like you go I think look, you got sound clips here where you could
You
play it
guys are
off.
nuts.
You just play it and they literally like just yeah, just whatever it is. Like,
what do we care?
like it's so it like time stood still in 1996, bro.
It's so early 90s internet, it's ridiculous. And how simple it is. This is literally a time capsule. These
Yeah.
are the posters, right?
Yeah, these are the posters. You got
Oh
Bugs
my,
Bunny,
look,
Lola
they're so
Bunny.
awesome. And look, I got my boy Bugs right here.
Yeah. And look, Taz, like they
And
had
it's
them
just
all.
to describe it to you guys, it's literally a red background and it's like the silhouette of the cards of the characters. And they look so dope.
The marketing was incredible. Like it was just amazing. Like you could like look at that. So sick. Like
Yeah.
these are like the teaser posters.
Yeah. It's just, and they said it. They didn't, they're like, we're not going to touch this. We're not going to update it. This thing is going to be a time capsule. So whenever you think of Space Jam, and if for whatever reason you decide you want to go to the website, you
Yeah.
freaking go on in and you'll be like, oh my God, it hasn't changed. It's the exact same website it was in 1996. And I saw this, I had this insert in my VHS. And it's a collaboration with Space Jam and Dole, the like orange juice. And I wonder if I could get, it says here, get this special edition Space Jam Street Ball. You fill this out with and you put the proof of purchase of the movie, and they'll
That'd
send
be
you a
awesome if
Space
it still
Jam
works. Can you imagine? Like they
baseball.
start like a warehouse full of them.
Do we have an expiration date on this? I gotta look into that. Let's see if I can get
That'd be
a
awesome.
Space Jam baseball
Let's do it.
basketball.
A journey. It's like let's
Yeah.
see if we can get a Space Jam basketball. I get transported back in time for you younger folks. Go check out this website. This is what the internet.
Oh,
looked like
they'll
back
get frustrated with it. Like this shit is whack. You can't do shit on it.
then. You can't do anything.
But for us, this was the future. This was, oh my God, revolutionary.
Yeah.
During the filming of Space Jam, most of us saw The Last Dance, and we saw that little tidbit of the whole Space Jam thing where they built him a dome so he could practice playing basketball, get in shape, and get trained. And he used this to get in shape, but also he invited a bunch of the NBA players to come play with him. Essentially, he was learning all these guys like little moves and how they play and stuff like that. So it was very strategic on his end to play. He got good games out. They say all the time, some of the best games that all these like NBA stars played were the scrimmages that they ran with Team USA and the scrimmages that they ran in the Jordan Dome on the Warner lot.
Wow.
Outside of that, this movie generated $1.2 million in merchandising.
That's
With
insane.
the Space Jam Jordan 11s, the shoe, which is it's literally my favorite Jordan. That's my grail shoe for anybody who wants to buy me a pair of shoes and send them my way. The Jordan 11 Space Jam and all the merch for this movie, not just Space Jam merch, but Looney Tunes merch alone, everything skyrocketed when Space Jam came out. So Warner Bros. Was very happy, very happy.
Oh, I'm sure they were.
And to show you, we are 90s guys. We are 90s babies or 90s kids or whatever. Remember, they came out with a new one with LeBron,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
This picture alone shows you not only what we think, but look at the Looney Tunes' faces. Michael Jordan calls everybody in, and like they're all excited. They know they're gonna win. Let's do it. This is our guy. But then the LeBron one, look at the fear, the worry on their face.
Yep.
Like the Looney Tunes are like, yo, if you think about the first one, the Looney Tunes are like, yo, this is the top guy. This guy has never lost a championship. When he's put on for pressure, he fucking comes in clutch.
Yep.
The Looney Tunes in the new one with LeBron, they're just like, like how many
I don't know
championships
about
this
this.
guy won?
Yeah.
Oh, he's won a few. How many has he lost? He's lost more than he's won.
Yeah.
It's like,
You're like, oh God.
We might not make it out of this.
Yeah, exactly. You just saw it. I mean, again, it just shows you that Space Jam, the first one, was a perfect movie in its own right. And part two, sorry to say, wasn't as good.
But yeah, not to throw shade. but shade was thrown.
Yes, it was.
But the first Space Jam is just it's so freaking iconic. And this was actually the introduction of Lola.
Yes.
That was the first time we saw Lola Bunny. The funny thing is, a lot of people thought that she was just an adult version of Babs from Tiny Toons.
Yep.
But there was Babs was pink, Lola was like she was just brownish or whatever.
Mhm.
So, but because it was a female bunny and blah blah blah. But Lola was that was the first time we ever saw Lola. She came in here, and I mean, Lola got a major downgrade in the new one too. They made her like very like in this one. I get it. They sexualized her or whatever because she had like
Yeah.
a crop top and her shorts were like short or whatever. And obviously, she was flirting a lot with Bugs. And in the new one, they just baggied her up like
Yeah.
just whatever. That's because of the era that we live in. Not to
Yep.
say that they should sexualize a freaking bunny. I know it's
Yeah.
dumb to say, but it's the first time we saw the first introduction of Lola. And the last thing about this movie that I will say is not only is this movie incredible, the soundtrack to this movie
Oh my god.
is one of the best soundtracks
Oh
to
my god.
ever come out
Such a great soundtrack.
in any movie ever.
Yep.
This movie's soundtrack was a commercial success, a massive success. It peaked at number 2 in the Billboard Top 200.
Oh, and that one
Its
song by
biggest
Quad City DJs. Oh my
well,
god.
its biggest song is "I Believe I Can Fly" by R. Kelly. Obviously. Granted, say and think whatever you will. The song absolutely transports you back to
Yeah.
that time, and you envision that music video of him in the field there
Yep.
singing, and then at the end with the choir. But that song took over. Like I Believe I
It
Can
did.
Fly took over. It was one of the greatest songs to come out. This album went 6 times platinum by the year 2001. This
Yep.
is a soundtrack to a kid's movie.
It is. And again, the songs were iconic. And I had the CD. I'm sure you did too. It was
Yep,
like
I had the CD.
I had yeah.
It had the cover of it was basically this one, the one that we
Yeah.
have on screen now. The tandem of movie release and album release linked with it was incredible. That was a marketing thing that was crazy back in the day. Now, not so much. I don't think soundtracks are a big
Not
thing
really.
now. You
No.
might get one song here and there that's linked to a movie that's good, but this is a whole album. I'm gonna read you off some of these songs to show you the bangers on this thing. Obviously, we just said right now the R. Kelly, "I Believe I Could Fly." "Fly Like an Eagle" by Seal.
Oh,
Banger.
banger. That was a
Julio.
remake. I believe that's a remake of an original song, but still the way he did it and made for this movie was so good.
Yeah. Coolio has a song on here called "The Winner." Absolute
Okay.
banger. It's the second track on that thing.
Mhm.
You just said it earlier. Quad City DJ comes in with the title song, Space Jam, and it's the one that starts the movie. And that song starts the movie, but starts the vibe too. It's a fast
It is.
paced, dope banger. Obviously, the song that these people were known for before this album was "Ride the Train,"
Yeah, come
and
on,
it
Ride the Train.
has those elements.
Yep.
That fast pace, like this fast paced like hip hop beat to it.
It just got you in the mood to like, all right, we're gonna watch something fun. Like that. That's how I took it as.
Yep. But dude, such crazy songs on here. Another one, "Hit 'Em High" by Busta Rhymes, Coolio, and LL Cool J. "For You" by Monica. This is an R&B slow song
That's insane.
by Monica, and it's such a banger of a song, and it's on Space Jam soundtrack. Like it's like like they said, let's get some of the top songs for 1996 and just throw them on Space Jam, and it worked.
Yep.
Just to name the last few. "Upside Down" by Salt and Pepper. Look at the artists that are on this kids movie soundtrack.
Classic artists from the 90s.
And then I remember this part from the movie when they played Basketball Jones. And it's like
Yes.
Charles Barkley. Well, they're all getting like going to therapy and they're trying to
Yep.
figure out what's wrong with them. And then Charles Barkley like gets dogged by that girl on the basketball court. And he's like, "You're not
Yep.
Charles Barkley.
Yep.
You're a
Get outta
wannabe.
here.
Be
Be
gone."
gone. Yep.
Yeah. But Basketball Jones by Barry White and Chris Rock.
Wow.
Dude, how do you make a kids movie with such a ridiculous soundtrack? Space Jam, man, I'm telling you. And then just I mean, like we said, the fact that they incorporated his real life stuff that was going on, going to play baseball, He they kidnapped him while playing golf.
Yep.
He goes to help them out, and that was his inspiration to go back to basketball.
Yeah.
As a kid, you're just like, I know why he came back.
I know why he came
It's
back.
I saw the game that inspired him to
Yep.
go back. So
Because they were
great.
like, "Oh, let's see if he still got it," like, "Let's see
Mhm.
if I still got it." Like, it's such a great movie.
Do you know who produced this movie?
No, I don't.
Ivan Reitman.
Of course. That makes you know what? That makes sense for the Bill Murray cameo. I get that
Mhm.
now. That
Yeah.
and funny enough, the cameo was, like, kinda, like, out of the norm. Bill Murray, appeared due to his friendship with Ivan. Like, that's why he did it. So
Yeah.
and again, his scene alone in that movie is so good because it's
Yeah.
like
He comes in, he had been, like, badgering, like, Larry Bird and Michael Jordan, like,
Yeah.
"You guys are, like, on your way out, and the NBA needs a new guy," and,
Yeah.
I think and they're just looking at him like, "What are you talking about? Like, you?" And he comes in, I think runs 1 possession,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Yeah, no, I'm
Dominating.
done. I'm
Yeah.
retiring on top."
Yeah, exactly. Even Jordan was like, "Yo, you're pretty good. I might be able to get you into place." He's like,
Yeah.
"As much as I would like to, I'm gonna respectfully decline." He
Yeah.
he's like, "Yeah, you can't do that."
But
No.
dude, this movie with you got those cameos, you had all the basketball players that were in it that got their talent stoled by the
Yep.
monstars, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
There's just so many iconic parts in this movie
Danny
that I
DeVito,
mean,
the
the what
voice. Danny DeVito did the voice
Danny
of the
DeVito was the head guy, right?
Yep.
Then you have like as far as the scenes go, when they're losing
Yeah.
and they drink Mike's secret stuff.
Yeah.
And then I think they there's water bottles that are like that, I think they manufactured
Like,
water bottles
again,
that
marketing.
have, like, it embezzled on there, the
Yep.
Mike secret stuff.
Yep.
Such a crazy such an awesome little, like, thing there, and it's like, "Yeah, it was just water. There was nothing in it." Like, "Hey, you got any more of that stuff?" And it's like, "Oh, it was just
Just
water.
water.
You guys had the stuff inside you the whole time." It's like, "Yeah, cool. So you got any more?" The part where they send in Wayne Knight to play
Oh, yeah. To
and
get it,
they
yeah.
squish him,
Yeah.
and then they pump him up,
He's
and
like
just farts all around, and then Pepe
like,
Le Pew's like, "Ugh."
ugh, yeah, exactly. That was great.
Like, yo, for
I
a
I
skunk
think
to be
one of
like,
my
"Yo, that shit stinks, dude."
yeah, exactly. One of my favorite scenes is, like, they're taking a picture of Jordan in the golf course because it's first hole in one. And he's like, "Alright, I got it." And Jordan gets sucked down.
And then Bill
Bill
Murray's like,
Murray's like,
"Don't point that at me."
"Good boy." He's like, "Where's that camera? What is this camera? What did you do?" It's like, "Don't point that at me."
He's like, "Don't point that at me."
It ends up like Wayne Knight ends up like digging the hole to try to
Mhm.
get him out.
Yeah,
It's like,
so crazy.
it's such a great
And then
movie.
it ends with them telling him they told Michael Jordan that they're just like, "Yeah, you could do crazy shit too. Like, this is Toontown, Toonville or whatever."
Yeah.
And he's like, "You told me this now with, like, 2 seconds left in the game." And then he
Yep.
does the iconic freaking arm stretch, slam it
Blah.
in to win the game.
Yep.
Such an awesome and then they take him back. He goes to his baseball game, and then the whole his return to Chicago. Oh my god, such a fucking great movie. Like,
Yeah. For
great
sure.
movie. It made for kids, but you can't tell me, and I know we're locked in because of nostalgia. You can't tell me you saw this as a fan. If you were an adult in that time and you saw this movie, it had Looney Tunes, which our parents grew up with Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
You got the greatest NBA star of all time, the GOAT.
Yep.
Fight me, new generation. I don't give a shit. The
Yeah.
GOAT in this movie, bro. This thing was it was destined to destroy the box office and be an instant classic. And there's no way you were gonna make a Space Jam 2 and it would even rival or come close. Absolutely not. But first one, Space Jam 1996. 1996, again, we said it, a banger of a year for just everything culture, pop culture, nostalgia. This year is just one of those peak, what are they called? The canon years. This is one of those canon
Yeah.
event years that it's just so great. And Space Jam, I'm glad that I got to experience this movie
Same.
in the
In
theater
theaters.
with
Yes.
friends. I went to go see this in a field trip. If you think of commercial successes, this thing between marketing, between merchandise, between star power and Michael Jordan and Bugs Bunny, bro, doesn't get more iconic than that. Let us know. Did you watch Space Jam when it came out? Did you experience this movie in the theaters? Did you bring this down to your kids and show them Space Jam? And where do you stand with the Space Jam comparison and the GOAT conversation? Let us know. And here we go with the memes of the week. No filler. We're closing the show out with it. Let's go get the first one. Back when McDonald's had Nintendo 64s in them was the peak of humanity. My guy, you could go to the play area of a McDonald's
Yep.
and play N64. What else do you need to know that this was such a peak system?
Bro,
They
you had
didn't have
cheeseburger
PlayStations.
and this. No
They
way.
had N64s, my dude. You had Mario 64.
Sure.
You had Mario Kart on there. Come on, my guy.
They were a little friendlier games for kids. I think that's what it was.
PlayStation. PlayStation.
Come on. You know that's the fact. That's the fact.
Bitch. But my guy, dude, look at this shit. Like, just seeing this. I remember the two McDonald's by my house that one had it, the other one had like a different setup. But the one that's on 117 in Kendall
Oh yeah.
has the
Yeah.
big playground.
Yep.
Or had, I don't know if it still does.
Had the 2-story playground. Yeah.
I believe they had two of these setups, and
Yep.
because that place had kids like crazy because it has the biggest playground. And my guy, bro, N64. I remember we would go there and get again the McChickens and the McNuggets and stuff like that. And me and my cousin would just go in there. Mind you, we had a 64. Like, let's go in there and just see what's going on, and we'll just chill. And like their younger siblings would play, and we'd just jump on the 64 there and just fucking do some
Yeah.
Mario on there.
And they had some great games. They had Mario Kart. They had the Mario World. Like it was such a freaking
You
awesome
can tell that you're a PlayStation guy because you called it fucking Mario World.
You
For
know what,
Mario 64, you fucking Tomb
sorry,
Raider,
Mario
Crash
64.
Bandicoot
I'm
bastard.
sorry. Mario 64. All right. And I did my fair share of playing 64 at McDonald's. Okay. I did my fair share, as well as doing them and then playing them in Walmart and looking up and breaking
Oh
my
yeah,
neck.
and fucking up our necks. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. But it just goes to show you that McDonald's grew up with us, and just became
Unfortunately.
middle-aged. And now go to a McDonald's now,
And it's depressing.
and it's depressing. It's a middle-aged man and wondering what happened. Did you have one of these?
Come on. Everyone, boy, girl, fucking hamster, no matter who the fuck you were, you had one of these. All right. The meme reads, the 3-piece stereo was a staple in every teenager's room in the 90s and the 2000s. Yo, who didn't have one of these? Who didn't have one? I remember. All right. So I actually posted a picture today of me in 2001 in my bedroom. It has me, like all my posters, my PlayStation. I actually had at that point an old stereo system that was my mom's in my room. It had a 5-disc changer and a dual cassette thing.
Yeah.
But then that thing got like it was old. And once it burnt out, I got one of these bad boys.
Yeah.
It was a black Sony one. No, I'm sorry. It was a silver Sony one that it lit up blue in the middle.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know. I think I had the exact same one. Yep.
Went to my cousin's house, would play over there. Would play Smash Brothers and Halo, Linkin Park on that motherfucker right there.
And let me tell you something. Was the one you had was a single CD or was a 3 CD changer?
3 CD.
Same. I had the 3 CD changer, and what I loved about this is that you could put the speakers together and carry it like a boombox, or you can literally put them around and put one speaker here, and kind of get a surround sound feel. That's what I loved about this box.
That's what I did. I had the little center part. I put it like in the middle in my little entertainment center. If you look at the picture down there, and then I just ran the cable of the speakers and I put them on the top. I put one speaker up here and the other speaker up here for when I listen to music. And not just me, not just my cousins, every house, everybody's house I went to, everybody. Chris had one of these in his room.
Yep.
Everyone had this thing. It's just, and that goes to show you we vibed out. Yeah, we would listen to our CD players, our portable, or our tape cassette players, or headphones. But for the most part, we were the era that started really just jamming in our rooms.
Yeah.
Just,
just
I mean, our parents did before with record players and stuff like that. But this right here, we would just throw in 3 CDs and let
let
it
it play.
run
Yep.
and play our games on our consoles. Even I remember just being on the phone and just having the music on, just having it low and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah, we record voicemails on them.
100%. 100. You play like an R&B song, like a freaking Usher or something like that,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
then you like right against the part, you're like, "Hey, what's up? It's Roly. Leave me a message. I'll get back to you. Peace." And then
That's
you
it.
raise the volume back up.
Yep. We were so cheesy back then.
Yeah.
We really were. But
It's
yeah, man.
7:00 on the dot. I'm in my. It's like, oh my god, so cringe.
All right. For those of you listening, we're laughing because we
First of all, this is one of the most. Leonardo DiCaprio is the king of memes.
king.
The
Him and
absolute
Nick Cage are the two
king of
mematics.
memes.
Yes.
This one right here reads, it's the one from the Django where he's laughing. In this particular one, he's holding a Game Boy. And the meme reads, 7-year-old me pretending to be asleep. Mom closes the bedroom door. Me, 1 second later, and he's pulling out the Game Boy. If this isn't 1000% reality, I
Yeah.
don't know what is. This was every single one of us.
Yep.
And the thing is, we didn't have a light for this motherfucker. Like we were
No.
literally either flashlighting it or something like that.
Yeah. You have a flashlight on your pillow like this. You just
Yes.
and you'd be like
So
this.
I remember because my family had AC mechanics. I kind of like jacked my uncle because he on his belt he would have his like flashlight and his knife and shit like that. So I told him, Theo, do you have an extra one of those? He's like, yeah, but you gotta give it back. I'm like, all right, cool. He gave it to me. I knew what I was gonna do. I was gonna say I lost it, and he was gonna get mad at me. He like smacked me. He's like, oh my god, those things are expensive. Whatever. My whole purpose for this was to take that flashlight with me, had it under my pillow, and then I would put it right here under my neck and just play.
And just
And
play.
then I would listen out. I wouldn't play with volume because you can't.
Yeah. No. You
You're
had
supposed to be
to.
asleep, and you gotta be listening it out.
Yep.
Or your mom or your dad or anybody. I would put the flashlight right here, play it, and the second I heard them coming, flashlight, and I'll turn it off, and then just I'm asleep, and they'll come in.
Can you imagine like the
Yeah.
faces we made? Just like,
Yeah.
just like mouth open, like
Pretend I was knocked out, and then she would walk away, and I'd go right back into it and start playing bum 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 bum. I remember I was playing I had a Bart Simpson game. I think it was a camp. Bart Simpson at camp or something like that. That one specifically, I remember playing in the middle of the night so many times. But here's the other thing that fucked me up with this. My mom would come into my room looking for my Game Boy to play Tetris at night. So we would be asleep and like fuck. And then she'd be looking for it. And then one time she goes and she like flips the covers. I'm like this. And the Game Boy's like right here. And then she's like, "Are you awake?" I'm like, and then she goes and she takes it, and then she just walks off with it. And then after that, for like a good month, she would, when I would go to sleep, she'll be like, bring me the Game Boy. I'm like, fuck, man. God damn it. But she would kill my fucking batteries. She would stay up all night. I think my bedtime was like 9:30 or 10. And she would probably stay up to like 1 in the morning playing fucking Tetris.
yeah, seems legit.
But 100% every single kid, and I would say this to my friends at school, yo, I have to sneak in. I have a flashlight. So much so I gave the idea to one of my friends. He's like, oh my God, yes, bro, I could do that. And I have a flashlight in my room, but he had like those big fucking clicking, like handlebar ones.
Yeah,
It's like the red, it came in red, blue,
Yeah.
and it has a handle on that big rubber button. I'm like, dude, you have a fucking searchlight as a fucking flashlight in your room. The one from Jurassic Park.
Yeah, that was
That's what he fucking had as a fucking light to play Game Boy. This guy was burning his fucking retinas.
I literally didn't even see anything. Like, just be like this.
Just
Like,
remember that stadium light sound when it's like, goof.
yep, that's what.
But dude, yeah, no, absolutely. Every one of us in the late 80s, early 90s, because that's when this one took off, and we didn't have backlit devices.
No
We're
way.
fucking sneaking that thing under our covers and under our pillow and playing this thing. It says here just pulling it out and playing it, but I'm gonna add to it. We're pulling out and we had a freaking flashlight.
And I think it got word to Nintendo because then the attachment came out where you
The
can
worm light. Yep.
the warm light where you can like put it on top
Oh
or
no,
that.
no. They made so many things that you could attach, like a transformer, a speaker system, the
Yeah.
magnifying glass, and then the light. Yeah.
And then you're like, you didn't need to hold the flashlight anymore.
Yeah, but then
man,
with that being said, have you ever held one with all that stuff on it? That shit
Never.
is heavy, my guy.
Oh, I'm sure. Like,
Anyways, but yeah, that's the meme right there. 7-year-old me pretends to be asleep. Mom closes the bedroom door. 1 second later, pulls out the Game Boy and starts playing them games. Bro, my guy, this one, I tell you, like, immediately snapped the memory. And all right. So on screen right now, it shows those round, little like carousel things that have clothes.
yeah,
And basically, you have Chunk from the Goonies popping out, and it says, "Me in 1984," which it's any year
yeah.
from the 80s and 90s. It says, "Me in 1984, hiding in the department store clothing rack while my mom has the scariest 17 minutes of her life." My guy,
Yeah.
every one of us. I say this in a lot of the memes, but dude, that was the prime thing for us to do, and it was the greatest hiding spot. And there was
It
the thing
was
is, you went to a department store, there was like 50 of these things.
easily. And of course, you did this because you were bored out of your
Bored. Like
freaking mind.
my mom would take both me and my brother, and she would be like, "All right, I'm gonna go be over here doing this and blah blah blah." I'm like, "All right, cool." It's like, "You guys stay in this area, and I'm gonna come back and get you." I'm like, "Cool." So while me and my brother, I'm like, "All right, we're gonna play hide and go seek." I go first, and then we're just trying to find where to hide. And those things were
Yeah.
prime,
It was like
and it was
your own
so
little
cool.
clubhouse.
Yeah, it was so cool to be in the middle of that thing, and people be walking by, and you're like, "Oh shit, somebody's coming," and you're like in there,
Yeah.
and they're searching, and the crazy thing is sometimes people be looking in, and they would see you in there, and they're just like, and they'll just walk away. They're like, "No, all right, there's a fucking kid in there."
Can you imagine?
How many times do you think people went to a freaking department store and were looking through those clothes of and they just see a kid hiding in there,
Just be like this, like
and then just
walk away.
walk away?
Nope.
Oh
They
my
just
god, yeah.
you
So
imagine this smile like like you imagine looking.
but
Oh
my
my
guy,
god.
the store that we did this the most at, me and my brother, was Sears. We had a Sears like
Yeah.
literally like a few blocks away, and my mom would religiously we'd go to the Sears all the time. And whenever I think about hiding in a clothes rack thing,
Yeah.
it's Sears for me. I don't know what store comes to mind for you.
Marshalls.
Marshalls.
Yep.
Marshalls. I don't remember Marshall.
Yeah, Marshalls had these things everywhere, and again, I would scare the living daylights out of my mom. And be like, Tony, Tony,
Oh
Tony.
no. My brother scared my mom once, and he
Oof.
didn't want to come out. And then my mom's like, "Go get him." I'm like, "I don't know which one he's in. I've looked in all of them.
50 of them.
I didn't know which one it was." And then finally, my mom's like, "You know what? Fuck this. Let's go." I was like, what?"
Oh
She's
my
like, "Yeah,
god.
no, let's go." He wants to stay. So we're leaving. We get in the car. We're backing away, and you see my brother. He's like, "I'm right here." And my mom's like, "No, you want to stay here? Fine." And she like kind of like drove off a little bit. And I'm just like, "What the
Oh,
fuck
oh
is
my god.
going on?"
You're like, oh my
And
god,
then
you're
she
leaving
like
you.
like he's there. He walked back. I think he was like going back to like go get the phone, or maybe he was gonna start walking home because you had to go around to get to the Sears. But if you walked from our house, you could literally just jump and like walk straight to it. Anyways, my mom turns back around, picks him up, and like he gets in the car and gets just the whooping of his fucking life
Oof,
right
I can only
there.
imagine.
You like scaring me? You like scaring me? Bang, 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 drum.
Are you
from
laughing?
oh, like there is no tomorrow. I
You're
was
like,
oh, and of course the problem when there's two kids and one's laughing. You want some too? Nah, yo, I wasn't hiding
no,
the fucking clothes rack. Shut the fuck
yeah,
up.
exactly.
But yeah,
Oh
my
my
God,
god,
this thing right here, and I don't know. I don't look to see if these things are still around. If they're still around, I really hope. Not to
yeah,
sound like a dick, and I have kids, but I really hope kids are still hiding
doing this.
in these things
Me too.
and having a good time when their parents drag them to do shit that it's just fucking boring to kids.
Exactly.
I already know where I'm going. There's immediate, instant.
Okay,
I know where I'm going. All right, I'm gonna read this for you
where I'm
guys.
going to. So
We did this one. We did one of these before. We're gonna do this one. All right. This is red pill, blue pill, and funny
you
enough,
first.
we're not planned. Are we wearing the colors of our pills?
We are.
Oh my God.
I just
Everything lines up.
I just
All right.
realized that. I
Yeah,
just realized that.
I'm
You
looking at
just
the pills. I'm
pointed
like,
that
why?
you
Why do we
just
match?
pointed that out, bro. You
Huh?
just pointed. I'm like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Anyways, all right. So the meme reads red pill, blue pill. On the red pill side, we have Zelda, Spiral, Super Mario, and Tomb Raider. On the blue pill side, we have Pokemon, Crash Bandicoot, Sonic the Hedgehog, and Street Fighter. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going red pill. And here's
I'm
why.
going blue.
Here's why.
Yeah.
I love Pokemon and I love Sonic, but there is no way I would ever choose anything on that side over Zelda and Super Mario. I don't care about the Spyro, whatever the fuck it's called.
Right.
I've played them. They're good games, and to those of you who like it, good. But Tomb Raider, I've played them. I like them. I'm more of an Uncharted guy. It's just because of the storytelling. Whatever it is, what it is. Zelda and Super Mario, no way. Those are the top two franchises in video game history.
Yes, and that may be, but I don't think I'm gonna win this case here because amongst the gaming community. But I never played Pokemon, but I played Crash Bandicoot, Sonic, and Street Fighter, and those were iconic games, bro. They really were.
The only heavy, and I'm sorry to say this, and I love Sonic. The only heavy on that side is Pokemon.
What? Oh
The
my God,
only
I wish-
heavy on that side is Pokemon. I
are
love
you
Sonic.
kidding me?
Sonic is maybe the second one, but I'm sorry, Crash Bandicoot. I don't care. And Street Fighter, again, we've talked about fighting games here before. Street
No.
Fighter is number 3 for me as far as fighting games. Marvel vs. Capcom, okay, I'll give you that. There's Street Fighter characters in there, but Street Fighter, no, I'm sorry. The funny thing is, what's carrying my decision is 2 games. I don't care about the other ones on my side. Zelda and Super Mario, just that those are the king games of gaming.
Agreed.
And the fact that
I can't argue with that.
you're going blue pill, and
Yeah.
it's not because of the heavy.
I'm telling you, man, the heavy for me was Sonic, and it was iconic for me growing up. I mean, again, you're a Sega Genesis guy. I'm a Sega Genesis guy. I played Mario. I did play Mario NES, but I never followed through like you did. I never did the NES, the Super Nintendo. I never did the 64. I went the other route.
I think that's why. I
Yeah.
think if you would have had
possibly.
Mario 64, I'm telling you, Mario 64 to me to this day is the greatest Mario game to ever come out. And to supersede that would probably be Mario Galaxy.
As a matter of fact, you know what? I just got a new emulator and it has Mario 64 on there. I'm gonna start playing it. I've never played it. Maybe I should start playing it. I just want to see what this was about.
Yeah.
I just want to see. I want to see how it is. But in this case, right now, Sonic was not Pokemon because I never played it, but Sonic was my Mario. And that I think it's just when we diverged, that's how it was.
Yeah, and again, it goes back to our nostalgia. Like again, like you said, we're both Sega Genesis guys. I love Sonic. Sonic 2 to me is one of the greatest Sonic games ever, and a soundtrack on that on a video game. But it's not heavy enough. And I love Pokemon. I play Pokemon cards, video games. I have Red, Blue, Yellow, Fire Red, Pokemon Snap, Pokemon Stadium. I did all that stuff. Pokemon's like my shit. I love Pokemon, but Zelda and Super Mario, Ocarina of Time, all time best Zelda game of all time, Mario 64. And to tell you, look it up. The top 2 ranked video games of all time are number 1 was Ocarina of Time, number 2 was Super Mario 64. So let us know
Yeah.
what pill you're taking. Red pill, blue pill. Read it real quick. Red pill is Zelda, Spyro, Super Mario, and Tomb Raider. Blue pill, Pokemon, Crash Bandicoot, Sonic the Hedgehog, and Street Fighter. And I'm gonna tell you right now, a lot of people are gonna go blue, especially if it's younger people are gonna go blue for Pokemon, just for Pokemon. And that's the show, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for making it to the end. What a crazy dive we had today.
Yep.
Just 1996 alone was so incredible. Like when you look at all these years and you start listing when everything came out and what came from specific years, you're like, how did we get so much greatness in 1 year? It's so crazy. 1996 was an absolute banger
It was
of a year.
It was peak 90s in my opinion, and the peak continued on to 1997 and on to 1999. It continued. So
and then that movie Spotlight, come on now, Space Jam. It doesn't like you can't. Nothing screams nostalgia more than this right here. Come on,
absolutely,
come on,
for sure. And the shoes, bro.
Oh, 1996 had some crazy shoes. Like, come on, my guy.
Crazy sneakers.
The Penny Twos, the Jordan Taxis.
Yep.
I mean,
such a good time.
We could talk this shit all day. We could do a 5-hour podcast
easily,
and people will fucking leave after like 10 minutes.
Exactly,
that's what they do. But whatever, it is what it is.
It is what it is. But it's just good talking about this stuff and letting people know this is. I mean, we had some like, I just can't see any other decade. And then, granted, I'm biased, and you are too.
Yeah.
But just look at the stuff. Just research the stuff. I mean, I'm telling you, yes, we have great technology now. It's awesome. But back then, man, it's just we just I don't know. It was just peak. It really was.
Just envision if you're hearing this and you didn't experience this when it originally happened. Imagine you've never seen Space Jam and you go to see it in a movie theater.
Oh my god!
With a bunch of other people that have never seen it. It's gonna blow you away. And I mean, you saw the list of movies that we said.
Yeah.
And the list, the top 5 music albums. Get out of here. Listening to those records for the first time.
Yeah.
Alanis Morissette, freaking the Fugees. Get out of here, my guy.
Yeah.
So ridiculous. But yeah, that's your show, everyone. We hope we just blasted that nostalgia on over you. It's nostalgia, bitch, and we're throwing it at you.
Yep.
And I hope you digested it very well. I hope it took you back, gave you those good feelings. Again, you guys are listening to this on any podcast site, whether it be Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, any one of those podcast sites. Please go ahead, give us a follow, give us a review, give us some stars. Let us know what you think of the podcast.
Please do. Yes.
If you want to reach out to the podcast, if you want to be a part of it, if you want to shout out, if you want to be part of the hauls or anything like that, let us know what you hauled or what you got. You could go ahead, hit us up on our social medias, which it's Roly's Retro Room on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. You got Tony and Retro on Instagram. And then if you want to send us something through email, or write us something, or send us the pictures, the email is rolysretroroompod@gmail.com. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you again for spending this time with us, taking that trip down memory lane. And yeah, we appreciate you. Y'all take it easy. Keep it retro.